Thank you for being here for 13 News at Noon. I'm Felicia Lawrence alongside meteorologist Sean Ash as we prepare for some heavy rain in the area.
Yeah, and the good news is we've got a lot of dry time today before this stuff gets in here, with the exception being northern Indiana. But I mean, it's a beautiful afternoon. Temperatures in the 60s.
Okay.
If you want to get that walk in.
It sounds like we're getting closer to spring.
We are getting closer. But like spring in Indiana, we are going to have some ups and downs here. So let's talk about what's happening right now. Camera network here. 60 plus over a good portion of central Indiana. Little blue sky showing up too, little cloud cover. So it's kind of a mixed bag here. A lot of areas, again, are staring down probably another 4 or 5 hours of rain-free conditions. It's going to be breezy. It's going to be warm. Most areas are rain-free with the exception of the far western part of the state. Rain-free until about 5 or 6 p.m. Now, we've got some rain over the northern third of the state. It does include Lafayette. This is eventually going to lift to the north, but you will be dealing with these showers and much cooler temperatures compared to what's happening over the central and southern portion of the state. It's 45 in Lafayette. It is 62 in Muncie. It is 60 in Indianapolis and already in the 60s there over in Greencastle. So depending on your location, it's either going to be a washout today or it's going to be quiet until we get into the afternoon. Now, we've got a lot going on, and it will include going from rain and thunderstorms to some snowflakes here. Rain amounts, by the way, are going to be in the 3/4 to near 1 inch zone, and that will put street flooding in play as we go through tonight. It does not get into Indianapolis until about, give or take, 7 o'clock. Western Indiana by 5, and then we've got a chance for some gusty or thunderstorms. I'll address that, the snowflake potential, and the weekend all ahead in the 7-day outlook.
Thanks, Sean. And this afternoon, a 57-year-old man is dead after a shooting on the city's northeast side. Lawrence police now telling us that this stemmed from an argument over music. Police say the call came in around 5:30 for a shooting along Kingsborough Court off 46th Street. Once they were on the scene, officers found a man in the street with gunshot wounds. He was transported to the hospital where he later died. Police say the suspect stayed at the scene and was taken in for questioning. Neighbors now telling 13 News it is a shock to a normally quiet area.
Ways to fix the situation. Violence like this is not necessary, it's not needed, and we're not going to put up with it in this neighborhood. We're not doing it.
We're still working to learn the name of the man shot and killed. Our Matthew Foltz will have more coming up on 13 News at 5. And this afternoon, we're learning that the prosecution and the defense have rested in the bench trial for a man who police say tried to shoot someone in a fit of road rage. But that man ended up hitting an innocent bystander instead. Right now, Marquise Tipton faces aggravated battery and criminal recklessness charges from a shooting that happened in March of 2023. Police say a car crashed into Tipton's on Keystone Avenue. They say the driver then left the scene, and surveillance video shows Tipton shooting at a different car he saw driving away. His bullets missed that vehicle with a 6-year-old girl inside and hit Susie Warden in the temple and her left eye. This is as she worked at the gift shop at Sullivan's Hardware. Tipton left the scene but returned and told police that he fired the shots. Tipton's attorney presented no evidence when arresting. Tipton will not testify. Warden, the victim, is expected to testify. Our Rich Nye will have the latest on 13 News at 4. And another 65 years has been given to a man convicted of multiple murders, and this time for the murder of an Indianapolis woman. A Marion County judge sentenced Bruce Mendenhall in the murder of 31-year-old Karma Purpura. He's already serving 2 life sentences for killing 2 women in Tennessee. Investigators say Purpura was killed inside the cab of his truck at a truck stop in July of 2007. Purpura's daughter was just 15 at the time. Now she's sharing her heartbreak about losing her mom.
Karma was more than just my mother. She was a beautiful soul, a kind and compassionate artist who brought light to lives and everyone who knew her. She deserves so much more than to have her life ended at the hands of a monster.
Do you have anything that you want the court to?
Police arrested Mendenhall in Nashville, Tennessee. The day after Purpura disappeared, investigators found her clothes, phone, and ATM card in a bag in his truck. Purpura's remains were found 4 years later along a Kentucky highway. A former Avon chiropractor is reaching a plea deal with prosecutors. Rock Bird will plead guilty to 4 counts of sexual battery, all of these felonies. The other charges will be dismissed. Bird will be required to register as a sex offender for 10 years. He was first charged in September of 2023 when a woman said that he touched her inappropriately during an appointment at Cornerstone Chiropractic. Other women eventually came forward telling similar stories. Now, the plea agreement says Bird will avoid jail time. Bird also says he will not try to reinstate his chiropractor's license. Friends, family, and teammates, they gathered last night to honor former HSC football player Mason Alexander. The 18-year-old died Saturday in a car crash, and he had just graduated high school early and was set to play football for the University of Pittsburgh. In fact, he was already practicing with the team. Logan Gay went back to his alma mater where hundreds of people released balloons in his honor in the skies over Hamilton County.
Good to see you. If you didn't know any better, you would have thought these people, dressed mostly in blue and white, were showing up to watch a sold-out football game at HSC. But instead of going to the bleachers, they walked straight to the field, standing together to remember former Royal.
I think the family needs this, but I also think our kids need this. And I know our coaches do as well.
Mason Alexander was a top athlete at HSC. And for the first time in 18 years, the people in the stands weren't there to support the people on the field. The people on the field were there to support the people in the stands. And that's where Alexander's family members were watching all the loving tributes to the young athlete.
We're gonna love on their family, and we're gonna do everything we can to support him and carry on his memory here at Hamilton Southeastern.
Alexander not only excelled at football, he was also a track athlete. His football coach, Michael Kelly, says he had a bigger-than-life personality.
So I remember him as a freshman coming in as not the biggest guy, but the biggest. He had the biggest smile and just amazing young man. He brought joy to the room.
But it was his work ethic that set him apart. The HSC athletic director, Jim Self, says sadly this isn't the first time he's had to comfort students after a tragedy.
This is not something I signed up for, that's for sure.
But he believes the right place to honor Alexander is the place where he lived, not where he died.
Full ride scholarship to Pitt, earned that scholarship right there on that field. I can think of no better place to celebrate his 18 years than right here at Hamilton Southeastern.
And in honor of his jersey number at exactly 5:15,
you may now release your balloons.
more than 2,000 balloons filled the sky, a visual example of his legacy.
Speaks to the dash of life. Sometimes we focus on the beginning and the end, and we forget about the most important part, which is that middle part, the dash of it, and the impact that he made, and the impact we all can make.
And before they left, the quiet group of fans cheered on their favorite football player one last time.
Give a round of applause to Mason. Let him know. Let us hear him.
Oh, he can hear you. The crash that killed Alexander is still under investigation. Police say he was riding in a car that crashed into a tree and caught fire. This was after the driver tried to pass another car. A spokesperson for the family says they will release funeral arrangements once those arrangements are finalized. And on to more news. Friends and family of Emily Martinez are remembering her just days after she was hit and killed crossing the street. Police say the driver responsible took off from the scene. Martinez was hit and killed near Washington and Rural Street Saturday night. Her friend tells us she was just crossing the street to get to the bus stop. Police say they found Emily lying in the road in critical condition. She later died at the hospital.
He hit someone's daughter, someone's mother, someone's aunt. You know, for you just to leave her on the street after you hit her it's just, I don't know, as a person, I couldn't do it.
Police did speak to a witness on scene, but say they did not see the vehicle.